I gotta pee. I'll be right back. Hey girl, hey. What's up, niece? Hey girl. Thank you to my girl Tiffany Smith Bell, aka TSB, for sending me this lovely t-shirt. It says, "Dear Police, I am a white woman." I had already situated my situation. I needed to pee. I don't know if you all watched the premiere of Behind the Bench. It is the new reality show, web series, I should say, behind the Queen's Supreme Court, live show, niece. And so after we got off the call, after we watched the show, after we watched the premiere, myself, Madison, and Oliver had a little phone call. We had a little phone call. We had to debrief. So we just talked. So Sherry Kuntz, you did see it. It's over there on YouTube, and it's on my Facebook because we did a watch party on Facebook too, so you can always go back and watch it. Okay, it's over there. Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I'm Craig, the Writer Stewart, and this is the Facebook and YouTube live versions of So Much to Say. These are my thoughts in my voice on black shit, white shit, gay shit, and everything in between. Hey, Nee. So listen, let me clarify something. Hold on. My thing is, because y'all nosy. Y'all all up underneath my sink. Listen, let me plug in the cell phone for Facebook get deleted, for Facebook get dropped off. Let me plug y'all up. Okay, let me plug y'all up. Hey, man. So listen, I had shared with you guys one of my favorite soups, right? It's called roasted red pepper. Well, you know, Tonette, the meat police, she had text messaged me today and was like, this actually has milk in it, which means it has animal product in it. So, you know, I will not be eating this milk or eating this soup. And see, what happened was I have 3 boxes of it. It's in a box. I have 3 boxes of it. But I was going to get into it last night, but I'm glad I didn't because she messaged me today and was just like, it has meat in it. Or it has milk in it. And so I haven't had this soup since before I stopped eating meat. And I ordered it through Instacart, which is online, well, you know, a mobile app. And so they delivered the groceries to me. So I haven't looked at at the ingredients in ages. So I didn't realize that it had milk in it. So I will not be drinking this. Taking this soup. But here's the thing. I've already alerted Instacart and was like, hey, I'm actually vegan. I'm pescatarian. But I was like, I'm vegan and I will not be able to consume this. I didn't realize that this had milk in it. And so they went on and credited me my money for the. They credited me my money for the soup. I sure did. I wanted my money back. No, it wasn't their fault. But listen, they run the business. It's just like when you all order books from me, and if mysteriously you don't receive it, I go out of my way and I send it back to you anyway. Okay? I can't tell you how many times I shipped Monquetta her book. It was returned to me. We have to pay for that postage over here at Impeccable Works. I sent it again and again. So they can listen. They can cover the expense of that. So they went on and ran me my money back, and they sent me an email. My girl Tonette, let me show y'all something. My girl Tonette sent me some of these cookies that y'all were talking about. My girl Tonette sent me some of these cookies. These are completely vegan. You all were talking about how good these cookies are. They're Lenny and Larry's. Are Lenny and Larry black or white? As you know, we like to support black-owned businesses over here. And if you want to support mine, you can visit Adrian Farrington. You still haven't ordered your books. My Cash App is TheWriter. My Zelle, you can use bookthewriter at Gmail, my email address. One book is $20, 2 $36, 3 $54. Dear police, I'm a white woman. Anyway, Tonette sent me some of these cookies. She sent me every one that they had in the store. Hey, Diva Denise, I would love to use that HelloFresh. Adrian, I'm looking for your Cash App to come through tonight. You know how you gotta roll your eyes at a person to let them know that you mean business? You gotta roll your eyes real good. That's how you gotta do it. Okay, so this is peanut butter chocolate chip. They have 10 grams of fiber in it. There's no dairy, no egg, no soy, non-GMO, and they're vegan. Hey girl, hey. A half a cookie, a serving size is a half a cookie. They big as hell. Serving size is a half a cookie. So a half of a cookie has 8 grams of protein in it. Oh, Mickey Mix. I just made some vegan black bean brownies and thought of you. Send me some. Look, so she got me peanut butter chocolate chip, Snickerdoodle. What y'all know about Snickerdoodle? Where my people from the DMV when we used to have the Great Cookie? Y'all remember the store, the Great Cookie? The Snickerdoodles were the best ones. Then this one is lemon poppy seed. Lemon poppy seed. For all of you that are going to be looking for a job or something, and you have to take a drug test, you will want to stay away from the poppy seed. Poppy seeds will come up in your urine, and it'll look like you want some drugs. Okay, so stay away from poppy seeds, niece. If you eat them poppy seed bagels. Somebody said, "What's the sugar in here?" Let me tell you what the sugar content is. It's 11 grams of sugar. Okay. It's 11 grams of sugar. So don't be eating a whole bunch of this cookie. It's 11 grams of sugar. It's 5 grams of fiber. Wait, what flavor was this? Oh, I told you, that's Snickerdoodle. Okay, now this one right here, white chocolatey macadamia. Now, of course, the chocolate is not pure chocolate because it's, it's vegan. Okay? But there are no artificial sweeteners in here. 0 grams of sugar alcohols. Okay? Let me show you what other kind she got me. She got me Choco Mint. Choco Mint. You know what kind of ice cream I used to love? Mint chocolate chip. Did y'all used to like mint chocolate chip? Everybody didn't really like mint chocolate chip. Come on, Greenbelt, Maryland. Come on, over there in Iverson Mall, in East Point Mall in Baltimore. Y'all should feel left out if y'all don't know nothing about the Great Cookie. The Great Cookie was the place. And them Snickerdoodle cookies used to come out, and they would be so soft. Oh, they would be soft. All right, then we got double chocolate chip. Where my girls with the heavy ankles? They like a lot of chocolate. Come on, double chocolate chip. Come on, double chocolate chip. And they all kind of vary. So some of them have 220 milligrams of sodium, and they go all the way up to 300 milligrams. So that's why you need to take your time. It's one big ass cookie in here. So you really only need to eat half of a cookie. Some of y'all are so gluttonous, and y'all want to talk about the gays being sinful and stuff. Gluttony is a sin. Gluttony is a sin, niece. Now, I don't believe that being gay is a sin. I don't. I think how we use sex can be sinful, and that's gay or straight. Now, like this one has 170 milligrams of sodium. This one is birthday cake. Look at that. That one is birthday cake. Didn't Tanya do me something good? She went to that store and said, give me all these goddamn cookies. I'm sending these over to Georgia. Let me see what other kinds she got. We got a whole bunch over here. Now, I can share some of these. Okay, now this one is chocolate donut. Hey, Francesca Tap. Hey, where can you order these? I think Tanya got these from Sprouts. Where do you purchase these, though? I don't know where do you get these. Y'all want to see me eat a little bit of one? I ate a chocolate chip one earlier and I wrapped it up. I wrapped up a piece. All about Mika. You just noticed my shirt? Dear police, I'm a white woman. Listen, I wore this shirt right through the airport one time when Tiffany Smith Bell first sent it to me. I was pumping it through the airport. But I had first gone out to eat. I was in Maryland the first time that I wore it. And I was at a restaurant downtown. This is the chocolate chip one. She moist. And so we were at this restaurant. Me, my dad, my aunt, my nephew, Terrell. This is the one I'm eating now, chocolate chip. And so we were at this restaurant, and I was at the restaurant with this shirt on. Yes, Brenda, they're gluten-free. She must have been late. She didn't hear me say that. She must have been late. She didn't hear me say that already? Maybe her miracle ear was turned down. Turn your earpiece up, Brenda. Brenda Etheridge. Brenda. Turn it up. Oatmeal raisin, niece. Brenda said she was late. She says there's nothing wrong with her hearing. She said she was late. So anyway, I had this t-shirt on. When I tell you, all the white people were looking at me like, they were like, did he just come in here with that shirt on? Sure did. And I was walking through the airport. Okay, these are all the same flavors. Lemon birthday cake, chocolate donut, double chocolate. But yeah, so she sent me several of these. So I will share these with, some of my guests when they come over. They're gonna get a half a cookie. They're gonna get a half a cookie. They're not getting no whole cookie. Look. Here go Aletha. I know I'm late, but what brand is it? Girl, go to the beginning of the video when we start over. No, I'm just playing. They're called Lenny and Larry's. Now, I don't know if they're black owned or not. But according to this picture, Lenny and Larry look like they're white. And that's okay. That's okay too. But for every white business that you support, I need you to go ahead and support 3 black-owned businesses. Amen. And if you haven't already opened up a black-owned bank account, open up a bank account at a black-owned branch, I'm gonna need you to go and find you a. I've already posted a list of all of the black-owned banks in this country. I've posted it in the So Much to Say podcast pen pal group. What is Bianca saying? She's saying read her post. Girl, I have an announcement. If anyone wants their flight changed this week, I can assist. Their flight change? What you talking about, Bianca? You're about 14 and a half minutes late. Who was that said, how late am I? Derek Rose. Hey, boy, hey. Let me tell you what I made for dinner. Just a little something. I'll post the link for the black-owned bank, the banks in the country tonight. I'll post it on my Facebook. On my Facebook page. I have sauteed some onion, zucchini, and squash. Baby, when I say it was tasty, and I just seasoned it with a little sea salt, a little pink Himalayan sea salt, and a little bit of black pepper. Yvette 4 Stars said, I haven't received my mug yet. Niece, when did you order your mug? Now, hold on. I don't ship the mugs. They go directly to you. They come directly from the manufacturer. But I can look. Just email me after this and I can look at your tracking. I do have the tracking information, but I don't ship the actual mugs. Look. Here you go, Bray. Tell me she cooked a smoked barbecue meatloaf. I see what you did there. You tried to usurp what I was just talking about. Usurp. You tried to go around. You tried to circumnavigate what I was just talking about. I'm going to go ahead and get myself another plate of this zucchini and squash. And I know some of you are greedy and you're like, that's all you ate? No, I had taken some albacore tuna. You know, this is the chunky tuna. And I drained it. And I put a little lemon juice on it. And I seasoned it with a little sea salt, just a dab of sea salt. Oh, Adrian said, check the Cash App, niece. Hold on. He finally ordered his book. I put a little sea salt on them. And I put a little bit of black pepper on it. And I put some Old Bay. Because how many of you know you're not really eating seafood if you don't have any Old Bay? If you don't have any Old Bay, then you're not really making seafood. Is there anybody else that need to purchase books? Huh? One is 22, 36, 354. The books that we gifted yesterday, they shipped out today. You'll have them tomorrow because we run good black business over here. You'll have them tomorrow, niece. You'll have them tomorrow. Hold on, let me see. If you order today, they'll ship out tomorrow and you'll have them Friday. Amen? Hey, girl, hey. Hold on, let me go over here and see if Aaron's money went through here on this Cash App. Oh! Hold on. It's thinking. It's thinking, niece. Oh. Thank you, Dina Burrell. Dina just sent a little love offering, that's all. I appreciate that. Oh, you want the third book, Adrian? He didn't bought the book of quotes. Well, what happened to the first 2 books? He didn't want... How he gonna hopscotch over the first 2 books and get down to the third book? You don't want the... Adrian. You didn't want... Here come Yap. Shh. Hold on, everybody. Yap is late. Hold on. She's crying for attention. Hold on. Shh. Yap coming here. Hold on. Look on. She got this crushed linen suit. Shh. Here she come. She got this little kitten heel mule. She got him a kitten heel mule. Hold on. She got the nerve to be coming in here with pork rinds. She don't need no pork rinds. She coming in here with barbecue pork rinds and orange soda. Girl, you ain't supposed to be eating and drinking that kind of stuff in here. Them pork rinds going right to your elbows and ankles. Y'all kill me eating that trash and then want to be wondering why you... We're going to start locking Yap out. She ain't even gonna be able to come in here, especially when she come in here with them unhealthy snacks. Girl, we got all these vegan cookies in here for sale in the gift shop. I'm getting the rest of my squash and zucchini out of here because I'm going to go ahead and eat the rest of this down. Let me tell y'all something. I started watching... First of all, I need to talk about 2 things. I'm going to first start talking about Pose from last night. I'm gonna put a little bit more sea salt on my. No, I'm gonna put a little bit of this jalapeno. I'm gonna put a little bit more of this jalapeno sea salt on my. Yeah, just wanted y'all to see her little mules that she came in here with them that she's wearing. Girl, nobody really wearing them no more, so now. But listen, I watched Pose last night. When I say it was so good, do you guys watch Pose? Do you all watch Pose? Hey, Kimberly Michelle. Hey, girl. Hey. Hey, girl. Hey. Adrian, you said you do have the first 2 books? I didn't know you had the first 2 books. I don't know where you got them. You certainly didn't get them from me. I'm going to tell you why the episode of Pose was brilliant. Listen, if you did not watch it already, I'm sorry, but I'm about to talk about it, okay? Those of you that are not in the community, you may not know this, but I'm about to hip you to game. Look at Armani Thomas talking about the radiation is not good. I know, niece. I know. I should have just turned it on the stove and warmed up my my squash, but listen, let me stay focused on what I'm about to say. The reason why the writing is so exceptional, and this just goes out to all of the people who think, and I don't think many of you think this, but this just goes out to all of the people who think that I don't, praise other writers. Because I do. I just don't like y'all favorite have and have-nots and all that other trash. But I love Ava DuVernay. I love these writers that are on Pose. There are a lot of writers that I really do like and I really do respect. But here's what I'm going to tell you. You see my baby hairs popping, niece? Oh, it's coming in. Catch me in October. But listen, the reason why this episode was so good is because, A, Pray Tell and Ricky, is that his name? Ricky? When they start to date, the reason why it was so impactful for me is because the gay community really is so small, especially, and I can't even say in any given city, just in period, in general. Like the black gay community. The black gay community is so small that you could literally say to somebody, who are you talking about? Micah from New York. Micah that live in Jersey, he used to live in Atlanta. Like, you can just say that and people know who you're talking about. You be like, oh, you mean Ricky that's from South Carolina, but he moved to LA? Like, the black community is that small. And so the likelihood of me dating someone that one of my friends knows, or one of my friends has dated, or even if they didn't date, slept with, the likelihood is great. And so that's why when Keon and I did that live the other week, remember we did that live the other week and I said, and the question on the table was, is it appropriate to date someone that one of your friends has dated? That sometimes takes a different turn when you talk about the black gay community because the community is so small. And the reality is, child, if you dated him 10, 15 years ago when y'all were in college, don't tell me that about what happened when y'all were in college. He and I date now. Like, now, I don't mean somebody that I was dating 3 weeks ago or a month ago. But I mean, if y'all dated ages ago, it's like, don't come talk to, don't cry to me, Argentina. Don't cry for me, Argentina. That went over somebody's head. Don't cry for me, Argentina went over somebody's head. And it went over the entire GED section. It didn't went, it didn't went right over the GED section. It didn't climb right, it went right over y'all. But anyway, so, but the reason why that was so powerful was because that happens. It happens a lot. Where you date somebody that you know, right? That was one point. The second point It was so layered, niece. This episode was so layered. The second point was Pray Tell is such an older guy in comparison to Ricky, right? That happens a lot in the gay community. Look, it's called the Peter Pan syndrome. I talk about this all the time. There's so many gay men, and this is not limited to black gay men. And this is not limited to the gay community. There are so many men, straight, gay, and otherwise, black, white, Hispanic. There's so many men that don't want to grow up. They suffer from the Peter Pan syndrome. They don't want to grow up. That's a real thing, niece. Look it up, Peter Pan syndrome. Look it up. And you got a lot of guys that date these younger guys because they want to know they still have it. The same way older guys date younger women. Somebody in the comments said Diddy. The third layer was because Ricky just found that he was HIV positive, he's suffering from that broken bird syndrome. He wants to be loved, and you know what I'm saying? So like he gravitated to Pray Tell. So remember when Blanca, I think it was Blanca that said to Pray Tell, but you know Ricky just found that he's HIV positive. He's just really he's hurting right now. He just needs someone. You're taking advantage of him. I've seen that scenario play out. I've seen that scenario play out so many times. Like, the writing was so great. Now, here I am as a viewer. Yeah, he was vulnerable. He was vulnerable. Come on, Nika. He was vulnerable. And it was just like, and so if I was in Pray Tell's shoes, I would be like, well, does he really want me? Or is he just vulnerable? And is he just feeling like he'll never love again? Because listen, when my people that read my first book, when Celine first found out he was positive, and I've learned that this is common with a lot of times, in a lot of cases when people learn that they're positive, in a lot of cases, they fear or worry that no one will love them again, that they'll never have another relationship. And so if I was in Pray Tell's shoes, even though Pray Tell is positive on the show, I would have been fearful that Ricky was just feeling or suffering from that broken bird syndrome, and he just kind of wanted to cling to somebody because, you know, whatever. So I just thought it was good. But as a viewer, I do not like them together. I don't like them together. I don't like them together, niece. First of all, it was a little painful for me to watch the two of them kissing. I would love to write a scene for Pose. Not a scene, an episode. I did not like to see them kissing together. Because first of all, it just looked, and I just kept thinking if I was an actor, I wouldn't have wanted to have to kiss Billy Porter. No shade to Billy Porter. But have y'all ever looked at his teeth? And I'm not being shady. Listen, I'm just a mouth person. I'm just a mouth and gum person. And I be thinking that all the time when I be watching, you know, stuff with people be kissing and stuff. Thank you, One Esther. Yeah, his bottom row looks real kind of suspect. Billy Porter's. And so I was looking, and so, you know, in my mind, and I might not be, you know, I could be wrong. Hey, man. Micah, you picking up what I'm putting down. Micah said it, not me. Micah said those teeth are garbage. Listen, his teeth are a mess. And I just kept thinking like, oh, I wonder if his breath stinks. And I kept looking at, is his name Dylan or Dylon or Delon, however he pronounces his name, Ricky. Delon's real name in real life. When I tell you, I was looking at him and I was like, is he really trying to kiss him? Like, he didn't really kiss him like passionately. Go back and look at it. And I was just like, ooh, this looks a little uncomfortable. And I just didn't like it. I did not like it. Sorry. I didn't. What do I want to drink? I'm going to go ahead and get a water. So I was watching it and I was just like, okay. Yes, yeah. Go on over to CraigTheWriterStewart.com and purchase you a mug. That's the thing over there that says merchandise. Just scroll down. It says shop merchandise. But anyway, I didn't like that scene. It was a very, very powerful scene when Ricky told, what's the other dancer's name? The one he was dating. The one that's about to go on tour. What's his name? I can't think of it. I don't know their names. But remember when they were standing in the kitchen and all of a sudden he had an epiphany that now he wanted to be with Ricky? Damon. Thank you, Yvette. So Damon and Ricky were talking in the kitchen and Damon, went to Ricky and was like, okay, I'm ready. I think we can do this again. First of all, niece. Now, what I will say is, I think that I was telling somebody last week, I don't remember who I was telling this to, but I was saying to somebody last week, I may have been telling y'all, I really wanted them to write it in the episode that they got back together. This was before Ricky found he was positive and all of that. I really wanted them to write it in the episode that they got back together because I wanted them to teach us, the viewers, that sometimes a person can really be apologetic after they've cheated. And that sometimes it's okay to take them back if they really, really, really... I don't know if I could take a cheating ass back. Oh, it was y'all? I was telling y'all? Okay. I don't know if I could take a cheater back because I'm just too scared. Like if you cheat on me once, niece, listen, I don't know if I'm able to do it. I just don't know. Thank you, Takesha. I just don't know if I'll be able to do it. But I wanted them to write that in the episode that they got back together because I want us to see that it's okay to be forgiving. I wanted us to see that it's okay to be forgiving. And also, I think that television is a direct way television is a way to really control, not really, control isn't the word, influence how we see ourselves and how we function in the world. Like the example that I'll give you is like with the Cosby Show. The Cosby Show really did change the way, help shape the way black people saw each other. Damn what white people thought. Yes, it changed the way white people saw us too, and it made white people understand that there are some educated black folks out there. There are some black folks that are professional doctors and lawyers, but I'm not concerned about that. It helped us to see it because there were a lot of us that didn't believe that black folks lived like that. So the Cosby Show helped shape that. So the same thing with this. I wanted black gay men to see that episode and think we can overcome cheating. Or, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, that was what I was thinking. But anyway, he come last night, Damon, talking about, well, I want to do this, and he kissing them all out of the blue. How you just gonna kiss me and you just told me last week? Like you didn't want to get back. Don't be offended, white folks. Listen, we talk about black shit, white shit, gay shit, and everything in between, okay? Tonight we talking about black shit. This ain't really about y'all. So I just thought it was really good, right? I thought the episode was good. And that conversation in the kitchen, I can't begin to tell you how many times I've had that conversation in my real life. I've had it at least twice. I only write about one of them in my first book. You know, I've dated someone, a couple people, that were HIV positive. No, niece, I'm not positive, okay? So I'm getting my inbox asking me that. I've never had an STD, niece. These are not Brussels sprouts, yeah. That's what you get for being funny and being late. This is zucchini and squash. On sauteed onion. So anyway, I've had that conversation before. One time it was standing in the kitchen when somebody that I was dating disclosed that they were positive. Woo. It's one cookie to swallow, baby. It's a tough cookie to swallow. It really is. So that scene was very, very powerful. And when Damon told him to get the fuck out, oh, he was hurt. But I was also thinking watching that episode just watching this series, period, I really think that the show serves as an education piece, not just for the straight community, but also for the gay community. Because these young kids that are coming up behind me, they out here fucking raw like they invincible, like HIV, like there's a cure somewhere, like there's an over-the-counter cure. And this show, Pose, really shows how people were being affected back then. And listen, I'm speaking on August 23rd in Columbia, South Carolina, to a group, and it's about HIV and all that kind of stuff. And I've been praying on what I'm going to say. I know what I want to say, but I'm praying for the courage to say what I want to say, right? Because I was having this conversation yesterday with Mike. You all know Mike, and you all know that Mike is HIV positive because he talks about it on his lives and stuff, right? And he shared it on my podcast. So Mike and I were talking yesterday, and I was saying to him how oftentimes there's a divide. I had no idea I was going to talk about this stuff tonight. There's a divide between the HIV negative community, hey girl, hey, and the HIV positive community. There's a divide, right? And I said to him yesterday, I said, oftentimes, those of us that are negative don't always feel comfortable talking to people that are HIV positive, because oftentimes you guys get offended when we speak our truth. So those of you that may follow me on Instagram, I posted my HIV results back in October. My results were negative, and so I had posted them on my social media. And the reason that my reasoning for posting it was to show or teach those coming behind me, in particular, that HIV doesn't have to be your reality. And that was my unspoken truth. Because if you read my first book, Salim, the guy that I dated that was positive, one of the things that he said to me, and this is in the dialogue in my first book, he said to me, I think we all think, I think at some point we all believe we're going to get it at some point. And I remember saying to him, oh no, the hell we don't. I never thought that. I've never thought that. And so I think that there are a lot of gay men, black in particular, or men of color in particular, who believe that HIV is part and parcel of being gay, because we've been conditioned to believe that from the black church, the black family, the black community, right? Excuse me. And so I think some of us move through the world thinking that, well, at some point I'm going to get it anyway, may as well just go ahead. And I think that's why some take risks, having unprotected sex, casually and in relationships. I think sometimes some take the risk because in the back of their mind, even if it's in the subconscious state, they believe that they're going to contract it at some point anyway. But I don't believe that. And so I posted my results on my Instagram, and there were people who said to me, why are you bragging? Why are you bragging about being negative? And I'm like, well, how is that bragging, niece? How is that bragging? And I think that, again, oftentimes, difficult conversations. I think that there are conversations that we sometimes need to have between communities that we don't always have. When I say communities in that instance, I'm talking about between the HIV negative community and the positive community. Because they're just things that we just don't talk about. And I think it's because sometimes we're afraid of offending those that are positive, or we're afraid of saying something controversial, or being accused of being ignorant. Oh, you just don't know enough about the virus. Because I've had conversations, or I've sat in conversations with people that were positive, and I can't begin to tell you how many times somebody positive has said, oh, you just don't know enough about the virus. And it's like, well, no. Because I did a whole podcast about, would you date somebody HIV positive? And I had a guest, I had a doctor that was on, Dr. David Malbranch, and I had a guy, I won't say his name because he wanted to be anonymous, who was, the guy that I had on was negative. And he said in no uncertain terms that he would not date somebody that's HIV positive. And his reasoning, I understood his reasoning. Because one, he had been married to a guy that was positive. You remember that one, Aaron De Leon? He had been married to a guy that was positive, and they had experienced a couple broken condoms and just different things like that. And he just didn't want to experience it again. And but the thing that he said to me that was so profound, he said this on the podcast. He said he in a long-term committed relationship, he wants to have the option of having unprotected sex with his partner. And if he's dating someone that's HIV positive, that option is removed. Now I know there's probably somebody watching and listening who think, well, you know, if your partner is undetectable and but he didn't want to. None of that was an option for him. He didn't care about a person being undetectable. He just was not willing to chance it. So these are some of the things that I want to say when I get to South Carolina. And but anyway, so I just think that Pose is a great show. I'm gonna have to go back and look at your comments because I've been trying to talk without reading your comments because you know I get distracted. Oh, Micah says, see, we have the same outlook about being negative. I am proud of my negative status, but I hate when positive people think it's some sort of bragging. Right. And sometimes I just feel, Micah, to your point, I think that like when I posted that, because I've posted my negative status at least twice before. And I remember one time I posted it on my Facebook and it was some kids, gay boys, up in the comments talking about, well, why is this something to celebrate? Well, why? I don't understand. And in my mind, I was thinking that they were probably positive and in some way kind of I guess being negative because they're not negative. I don't know. But I'm like, why are you up under my comments on my page? You know what I'm saying? And the thing that I think that's so interesting is, and this is what I also said to Mike yesterday, Mike can get on his social media and talk about being positive, HIV positive, and this, that, and the third. But when I get on my social media and post that I'm negative, all of a sudden I'm bragging. So I can't talk about being negative, but you can talk about being positive. So like I just and then I've even had people that are negative, people that are HIV positive say, I would never date somebody HIV negative. I've had HIV positive people say, I would never date somebody that's negative because for whatever reason. But if an HIV negative person says they would never date somebody positive, oh, all hell breaks loose. Oh, you're just ignorant. You don't know enough about the virus. And no, everybody should have the option. And I remember doing a signing when this was a few years ago, I had done a signing at Morehouse. Baby, the room was packed. It was packed, baby. Say it with me. It was packed. It was standing room. I had gone over to Morehouse College, and for those who may not know, Morehouse is an all-male college. It's a black all-male institute. And I went over there to speak. And I remember at the end of the reading and the conversation, I remember this young guy, he was in school. I remember he came over to me and he whispered, because he didn't want to ask it in front of everybody else. And he came over to me and he said to me, I've been dating this guy and I like him. And he said, but I just found out that he's positive. And he asked me if I thought he should continue to date the guy. Y'all dying to know what I said to him, huh? Y'all holding on to the edge of y'all seat. So anyway, we had our conversation, and I basically told him because I think what I said to him was, that's a very personal decision, and I can't tell you what you should do. I said, you have to trust your instincts and trust your gut. I said, and if your instincts or your spirit is telling you no, then the answer is no. I said, but if your spirit is telling you that it's okay, then follow your spirit. I said, but you have to educate yourself as much as you can on the virus. And you need to know all of the ways in which you can contract the virus. And you need to know all of the things that you can do sexually and all of the things that you shouldn't do. And you should know all of the things that's going to put you at risk and all of the things that will not. And I said, so trust your instinct. I said, and don't let anybody make you feel like you have to date somebody that's HIV positive. Don't make people guilt you into feeling that way. Because that's a part of what I was saying also in my conversation yesterday with Mike, is because the conversations, and I mean, this is just me being completely transparent, the conversations that people that are HIV negative have among each other is very different than the conversations that we have with people that are when there are people that are positive in the room. And this is why I think it's important to have difficult conversations. I think that's how you bridge communities, having open conversation. And I think a lot of times people who are negative don't feel comfortable saying exactly how they feel, because there's always this lashback, or backlash is the word, where people that are positive will say, oh, you're just ignorant. You don't know enough about the virus. You're just ignorant, But people do have the right to choose whether or not they want to date somebody positive or not. That's all I want to say about that. But somebody asked me about the music on Pose. I love the music on Pose. And if you ask me, the music on Pose is a character in and of itself. The music is a character. It helps move the story. Yanni, you like my t-shirt? Dear Police, I am a white woman. So in other words, don't shoot me. But anyway, I think the music really helps drive the story. The music itself is like a character. And it's the same thing with The Color Purple. You guys know the movie The Color Purple with Danny Glover and Whoopi Goldberg and all the people. The mailbox was a character. Did you all know that? The mantra, the music is phenomenal. The mailbox on The Color Purple, the movie, was a character. Remember every time she went out there, anything come for me? And Danny Glover was going, there was so much centered around that mailbox. When they would go out, remember the horse and carriage would come by and drop off the mail, and that bell will go off, them things will go off. Listen, it was amazing. Wait a minute, wait. Ernestine says, you are so fine. This is my birthday month, August 23rd. I took the HIV test. I did not have it, thank God. And I used the black seed oil. I drink it with water and vinegar. Hey girl, hey. All right. But yeah, so the music is a character in and of itself. I just think the show was so well done, but I think that it's going to be a good example for young folks who are out of touch with the virus, HIV, because people are thriving and living with it. And I think that a lot of people don't mind taking the risk of contracting it because they just feel like, oh, well, people still live and survive. And so I was saying to Mike yesterday, I said, but that's not always the truth. I said, because I know a lot of people that have died recently. People still die from the virus. And so part of what I want to say when I go to South Carolina, I guess I'm using you all as a testing as my test market, is I think the messaging is mixed. The information that comes out from the CDC, the information that comes out from the HIV pharmaceutical companies, and the information that comes from the HIV community, those living with the virus. I think that the messaging is mixed, and I think that's why some people are so cavalier about whether or not they get it, whether or not they can contract it. Because on one hand, the messaging is, oh, there's life after HIV. You can live, you can still thrive, and you can live many, many years, just get on your medication, da 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 da. But then on the other hand, the messaging is prevention, use condoms, protect yourself. There's no cure. They say all these things, and so I think young folks or people are like, well, shit, should I fear it or should I not? But the reality is, people are still dying. Not everybody thrives because there are different strands of the virus, and people are still dying. That's the ugly truth. And so, thank you, Lisa. So I'm going to talk about it because it's a pharmaceutical company that's sponsoring that wrote that check for me to come. And so I'm going to have to say what I got to say. I know y'all cut this check for me to come, but I got to tell the people the truth, okay? Because I'm out here in the streets. Not in the streets like that, but I'm out here on the pavement with the people. So I know what's going on a little bit more than y'all do. Oh, yes. Desmond Francis. Desmond says some people get on it. I'm sorry. Desmond says some people get HIV on purpose to get a disability check. I've heard stories of that as well. Now, I mean, it's changed from state to state. In some states or in some cities, you could get a disability check, an SSI check, if you were HIV positive. Yes, you can get a disability check. But then I've heard that in some states it's changed and you have to be diagnosed with actual AIDS. You can't just have HIV, you have to have AIDS in order to get a disability check. There's a difference between HIV and AIDS. I think let's hope we all know that. Hey, Lizzie. Hey, but yeah. So anyway, but Pose is a really good show. So look, I started watching the movie with Lady Gaga. I only got about halfway through though. Hold on, y'all still want to talk about this, I guess. Carmen Lopez, she said, my uncle lived in New York during the 80s and early 90s. Unfortunately, he passed away in 1992 due to the virus. He passed away due to AIDS-related pneumonia. But I started watching what's the Lady Gaga movie? Oh, A Star Is Born. I got about halfway through, and it's pretty good. But let me say this too about the check, the SSI check. Not only could you get an SSI check, but you could also get subsidized housing. Like you get reduced housing. Like I've known people that lived in good apartments inexpensively. You get your utilities discounted. You take the black seed oil every day. Every single day. I already took mine. I took mine earlier. Thank you, Alvin. Thank you very much. Yes, my zucchini and squash is a little cold, but I'm gonna eat it, niece. Why y'all worried about my I didn't offer y'all. Look, Marquetta coming in here late after we done read her about her book earlier. Kevin Swisher. Kevin was in my stage play. What time is it? All right, listen. I'm about to get off here. I'm gonna do some writing tonight. Hey girl, look, here go Rita asking what's the black seed oil for. She in here every night. She asking the same question. How many times have we talked about that? Girl, go Google it. Because I'm not telling you no more. Anyway, listen. Brush your teeth, floss your teeth, brush your tongue. Don't forget your oil pulling. I'm going to oil pull tonight. All right? If you want to support the books, go ahead and support the books. One book is $20. Doesn't matter which one. $236, $354. My information is down here. Email me your shipping address. Email me your shipping address. Okay? My email is bookthewriter@gmail.com. Okay, my Patreon is down there too. I do a video diary. My Patreon is patreon.com/Craig the Writer Stewart. Everything is Craig the Writer Stewart. Okay, go spend some time over there on CraigTheWriterStewart.com. Spend some time over there, niece. My Instagram is Craig the Writer Stewart. See, it's Craig the Writer Stewart everywhere. In fact, I'm gonna call Gladys real quick. That's my mother. I'm gonna call her real quick, see how her day went, and then I'm gonna sit down to this table and do some writing. All right? Have an amazing night. Please know that I appreciate you supporting what I do. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you for those of you that have been gifting books. I appreciate that. Brandon said, hey Craig, sorry I'm late, but is anyone gifting any books tonight? I would love one. He comes in on the tail end and he begging. He asking for a free book. He coming in on the tail end talking about, can somebody gift him a book? Niece, we've already done the benediction. We walking out. People got their purses. They in the parking lot. They done turned on their Buicks. Yap still trying to get down the stairs with them little kitten heels on. And he coming in talking about, is anybody gifting any books? They trying to wrap up their fried chicken and get out the building, and they... Y'all something now. Brandon. We're going to, listen, we'll see if we can get you a book another night. Okay? Yes, he's on YouTube. He's on YouTube. They said that YouTube is always asking. They always begging. They always begging over there on YouTube. All right, have an amazing night. Bye.